Monetization reports are probably the most important revenue related reports that you may see in Google Analytics. So let's find out what it is all about. Welcome back, Google Analytics users. Let's go back to the screen and see what is in the monetization reports. And now I'm in the overview tab. Okay. And you will see that there are three options over here. And this will summarize what this report is all about. The first option is total revenue. That is a summation of e-commerce revenue and ad revenue. Now, ad revenue is generally related to the mobile application. Generally, people account for it in that. And that is also related to this in-app purchaser and publisher ads. Okay, these are the sections from where you can find data related to ad revenue. What we are going to discuss mostly over here is e-commerce revenue. Okay, we'll open this one. And you see that the revenue on the website has been fluctuating like this. That is what the data is showing. Okay, so for an e-commerce website, if you are trying to capture the revenue and then you want to see how this is moving across an entire period, this is the place you come to. That is again ultimate meaningful goal for you when it comes to e-commerce. Okay, similarly, you can also see how many of those purchasers are there who have generated all this revenue, right? So you can divide these two and get the revenue per purchaser, and these 2.4k are first time purchasers. This also gives you an insight into how small is the repeat purchase on this website. Okay, 2.4k purchasers who are first time and another 0.4k, that's 400 users who have done a repeat purchase, right? That's what the data is showing over here. But now you may ask that not everybody is running e-commerce, isn't it? Some of you are doing different kind of business. Maybe you have a services business where people request for a service. You're not really collecting payments from the website. Maybe you have a SaaS business where it's partially collected from the website and partially it's collected outside the website in a B2B form where a sales team, does all the billing and everything, which doesn't happen inside the website. Maybe you have a blogging website, which doesn't have any direct revenue. You're making money from different kinds of advertisements and engagements. You do not have direct revenue, right? So there are hundreds of such scenarios and criteria possible. Maybe you are running an educational website. Okay, a lot of it is free content and some of them may be paid content. So how do you tackle with that? Does it mean that you cannot use monetization reports to capture the purchase and revenue dollars because you do not have any? Well, it's not true entirely. When we are looking at the modeling of data, we will look at this part completely and how we can leverage monetization reports for other kinds of website. I have a live example for you where I'll walk you through what I have done for one of these customers that I have worked with. Okay. Now, all you see over here after this is related to dollar values. Okay, till this point. But then you see that there are e-commerce purchases by item name. So which product got purchased the most? Okay. There are others as well, but let's take a look at this item name. We'll click on view items, and when you click on view items, you go to the e-commerce purchases. Okay, this tab. You can also directly click over here and come over here. That's not a problem. Now you'll see that customary window showing up, right? With all those reports that we have already checked till now. Now in this, you can click on item name or you can click on other things possible over here. But item name is generally the product name. Okay. And you will see that the Google crew neck sweatshirt black, this has sold for 262 times in the period that we have selected. Okay, the revenue generated is $16,792. And if I sort it differently by item revenue, I want to see which product has generated the most revenue, not sold the most number of times. Then I would click over here and it gets sorted. You see that? And that comes to be Google Black Cloud Zip hoodie. It has sold fewer number of times, 166 only compared to the other one, but it has generated more revenue, right? And now you will see that with this kind of insight, you are able to very quickly make sense of what is going on in your website and what has to be done in future. So if I'm seeing all these products selling so well, maybe I create another few types of products which resemble Google Black Cloud Zip hoodie, right? Maybe they will sell more. And if I expand this list, right, there are so many products, there are 429 products, right? So I have expanded it. Let's see. So if I keep scrolling down and go to the last few elements, you will see that all these products that we see over here that have not sold in the period at all, right? YouTuber toddler tea black, not sold. YouTube 3 lines tea grade did not sell. Google utility backpack, a lot of item views, a lot of add to carts did not sell. Okay, So some problem over here and some problem with these products, right? Maybe after add to carts, they are not moving forward because they're expensive. Users are not really sure whether it makes sense or not. There could be so many reasons. So that's your benefit of using this report. You've got other ways in which you can sort it. Okay. And then you can take a look at it again. For example, if you want to see it by brand, now this would only have Google brand, I suppose. There are a few more. YouTube brand is there and so on. So now you can look at the sales by brand. Okay. And obviously Google brand is selling the most, and there is some blank brand as well. Maybe that's an implementation issue. So now you get an idea of how to work with monetization reports, but then we still have to understand what is this item brand, item name, and how does it fit into the system, right? Does it make sense for your system or not, your website or not? And how to work with these monetization configuration, because this is not available by default. Okay, you have to do some explicit implementation to have this kind of data with you. So as a marketer, that question has to be understood by you. Maybe as an implementer, you will have to implement it, and there are ways to implement it. But then marketer has to structure the data and understand how they want to look at this data. Okay, and it may seem a little cryptic as of now of what I'm talking about in this last 1 minute, but it will be much more clearer if you go to the modeling reports, and then we'll take up these kind of questions. So with that, I'll close this chapter over here, and I will meet you in the next chapter. Thank you.